Bill's Bake Shop will make you happy. Bill Cast is the owner, and he and his staff keep the tradition going with all those bakery items that you remember as a kid. Just to name a few items, Bill makes cream sticks, cinnamon rolls, bear claws, cream horns, cannoli, cakes, pies, cookies, bread, pizza, and so much more. Bill's Bake Shop, located at 228 North Liberty Street in the Mahoningtown section of Newcastle, is open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 to 5, and Sunday, 7 to 2, closed on Monday. Bill's, where smiles are everywhere. Call 724-654-4223.
When I'm on the go, I take NCTV45 with me.
EAS, Emergency Answering Services, can get that call when you can't. We are a trusted answering service who operates 24/7. Locally owned and operated. When you need help answering your phones, call EAS. We'll get the message to you.
It's Butts Flowers when you want a wide variety of flowers for any occasion. They also have a selection of fine gifts and more. Butts Flowers is conveniently located in downtown Newcastle at 120 East Washington Street. Call Butts Flowers at 724-652-7727 or toll free from anywhere, 1-800-443-7726. It's Butts Flowers in downtown Newcastle.
Keep watching NCTV45 for Cook in the Castle. You're going to love it.
Hi, I'm Gary West for NCTV45, and this is another edition of Newswatch Weekend Edition. Let's get right to it. PennDOT announced ramp closures have changed during construction work at the Route 208 and I-376 intersection in Pulaski Township. Now, you'll see closures of the Route 208 on-ramp to eastbound I-376 and the 376 westbound off-ramp on Route 208. The Route 208 on-ramp to westbound I-376 and the 376 eastbound off-ramp to Route 208 have now reopened. The new ramp closing should last about a month for work that includes resurfacing, guide rail updates, and drainage improvements. The ramp work is expected to wrap up on September 6th. Also, be aware of single-lane closures in each direction on Route 208 in the bridge area, and detours have been posted. U.S. Senator Pat Toomey visited the crisis shelter of Lawrence County Monday, August 4th. Toomey had a discussion with Executive Director Debbie Hennon, also county officials and representatives of agencies that handle child abuse and domestic violence. Toomey has been visiting centers throughout the state. He decided to visit the Lawrence County shelter to see if any assistance is needed. Toomey is sponsoring a bill that would require background checks for employees hired by school districts. And Neshannock High senior Caroline Orico is named first runner-up in the 2015 Pennsylvania Distinguished Young Woman competition Saturday, August 2nd. That was held in Johnstown. To qualify for this competition, she had to take first place in the Lawrence County Distinguished Young Woman competition, which she did just a couple of months ago. She also won the event's awards for self-expression and interview. So congratulations to Caroline, and we wish her future success. We have a lot more coming up on Newswatch Weekend Edition. Stay with us. After these words, we'll go to Angelo for a Down Newcastle at 210 East Washington Street. And whenever you watch Focus NC, my wardrobe is furnished by Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors.
Quiet, relaxing tranquility. That's Bethy's Bakery and Eatery in Volant, Pennsylvania. But you may ask, is it a bakery or is it a restaurant? Bakery, restaurant. Well, they have cakes of every kind. And not only that, they have burgers also, and turnovers, and salads, and donuts, and nachos, and cupcakes, and cream puffs, and just goes on and on. But let's not forget, home of the plate-sized cinnamon roll. Is it a bakery? Is it a restaurant? You decide. Bethy's in Vogue. It's time for NCTV45 Sports. Thanks, Gary. And what a great sports weekend it is. The Steelers head coach, Mike Tomlin, wants his players to play faster with greater urgency when the Steelers opened the preseason Saturday night against the New York Giants in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Steelers went winless in the 4 preseason games in 2013, then followed by starting the regular season 0-4. It was only the 3rd time since 1970 the Steelers went winless in the preseason. Not a good thing. Hopefully we get it together. Now, looking at somebody that isn't winless, the Pirates. Right now they're hot and we're in the dog days of summer. The Pirates are looking at the Padres this weekend, and Cleveland has the Yankees. To start the weekend, Cleveland 6.5 back and the Pirates 1.5 back. And when we look at the Pirates, they took 2 out of 3 against the Marlins, helping them regain a game back on Thursday. If you recall, they were 2.5 out. The Bucks, okay, we said we'll wrap up their game against the Padres. They're meeting with the Padres on Sunday, and that's also that kids run the bases day. Then some interleague play with the Detroit Tigers, also at PNC Park. Now, it's important to remember that the Tigers are in first place in the Central Division of the American League. So the Bucks have kind of a rough schedule coming up. But I bet there'll be a lot of Indians fans cheering for the Bucks, because every Bucks win inches those Indians closer. Watch the series this weekend with the Padres, and let's go Bucks, and we'll be back. Don't you strike out. Watch these messages, and we'll be back with Gary.
It's Butts Flowers when you want a wide variety of flowers for any occasion. They also have a selection of fine gifts and more. Butts Flowers is conveniently located in downtown Newcastle at 120 East Washington Street. Call Butts Flowers at 724-652-7727 or toll free from anywhere, 1-800-443-7726. It's Butts Flowers in downtown Newcastle. Make it Lanigan's Irish Pub, where you'll be amazed with the weekly specials, pub grub, salads, burgers, sandwiches, Irish specialties, and desserts. Lanigan's has a full bar featuring domestic, craft, and Irish draft beer. You can also book a party at Lanigan's at 126 East Washington Street in downtown Newcastle. As they say at Lanigan's Irish Pub, the best Irish food since Ireland. Call 724-657-3444. Newswatch Weekend Edition continues. A 10-lane indoor shooting range is coming to Butler Road in Shenango Township. Jeremy Beckel will purchase the old Shenango Motel and plans to open in February of 2015. The Shenango Township Zoning Board gave full approval and there were no objections by any resident. Now, that facility also will have an archery bay, a retail store selling hunting and outdoor equipment, also a 50-seat classroom, and will be open 7 days a week. I should point out that no guns will be sold at the shooting range. Pennsylvania Department of Transportation announced the closing of the railroad crossing of Route 511 between Bluebird Lane and 3rd Street in Mahoning Township. Work is scheduled to begin Tuesday, August 12th. The closure will continue through noon Thursday, August 14th. So we're just talking about a couple of day or 3-day, 2 to 3 day project. That work, I should say, will be done by Norfolk Southern Railroad. Traffic will be detoured, signs will be posted. And Newcastle High School class of 1955 will have its annual picnic on August 16th. That event will begin at 1 p.m. in the Carousel Building at Cascade Park. Cost is $20 per person. And Newcastle's class of 1948 will be celebrating its 65th anniversary next year. For information on these reunions, here are a couple of numbers you might want to jot down. 941-613-9262 or 724-654-4171. Newswatch Weekend Edition will continue right after these words with a look at weather, and we'll go to Angelo. It's Little Johnny's Pizza 2 in downtown Newcastle with a great variety menu that you will tell everybody about. Chris Quiera, the owner, is here with more information.
Stop down and see us at Little Johnny's 2. We're located at 130 East Washington Street, or give us a call at 724-657-2210.
We're with Sammer from Mary's Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Sammer, how are you today?
Very good, thank you.
That's great. Can you tell us what kind of food you have at your restaurant?
I have lots of good food, and I have chicken over rice, kippy, gravy, lemon raw, chicken raw, all healthy food, no worry about that.
Sounds great. Middle Eastern food. And you're on Long Avenue in Newcastle.
Thank you, yeah.
Open from
6 day a week.
6 day a week.
From 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock to 10 o'clock night.
11 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Okay. We'll see everybody at Mary's Restaurant in downtown Newcastle. Hey, it's time to look at that Lawrence County, Newcastle, Pennsylvania weather. And we had a great day on Friday, and get ready for a pretty favorable weekend. There's a slight chance of showers, but nothing that's insurmountable, my friends. And let me give a shout out to the farmers market right to my right. Go over, pick up some great produce. Don't forget, on Sunday in Volin, it's Bethy's Car Cruise, home of the plate size cinnamon roll. You're not going to want to miss that. Hey, and after last night's overnight low of 54, expect a mostly sunny high today of 82. And Saturday night, it's going to be 64 degrees. It's going to be very pleasant if you have a place to go. Saturday night out should be just a great time. And let's take a look at Sunday. Well, expect a 20% chance of rain after 1 o'clock. You're going to get a partly sunny 80 degrees. So the day isn't a washout. You know, there's a 2 in 10 chance of rain. The same for Sunday night, but the weekend should be just fine. And when we look at Monday, there's a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high of 77, and the chance of rain is 30%. So all in all, it's going to be a great weekend. Not a bad Monday. Can't complain. We've yet to hit a 90-degree day here in August, and for that matter, this summer. But hey, Sunny and 80. Can't beat it. Get to those farmers markets. There's one in New Wilmington and one in downtown Newcastle. A lot to do this weekend. So take it easy, and we'll be back right after these messages.
This is NCTV45. You can watch us anytime on your time.
Give Mangina Outside Services a call when you want a yard project done and done right. Bud Mangina is the owner, and he and his staff will do just about any yard project, and he also does hauling of your trash and unwanted items. Mangina Outside Services covers the greater Newcastle area with very affordable prices. Tell Bud you heard this message on NCTV45, and you'll receive a 10% discount. Call 724-614-3658. That's 724-614-3658. Newswatch Weekend Edition continues, and Ange, the St. Vitus Festival on the south side of Newcastle is wrapping up tonight, the last night, so if you didn't go yet, make sure you go down.
Can you say I'm hungry?
Well, I'd say about 85 to 90% of the festival is food, and everything else is great too. All the rides and the concessions, and they got any gambling going on this year?
In the little park in the back, but the fireworks are going to be taking place. You know, you've got quite a few things, and anytime I get to sit and have a pepperoni puff and a slice of pizza, it's a plus.
And they have foods that you don't normally get at festivals. They have like, for instance, last night they had the fried greens and beans. They had something different the night before that. I think that was Thursday night. They had something different, ditalini with the peas and the garlic sauce. Where do you get that? You don't get that anywhere.
Always have
Wait a minute, Ange. Tonight, Saturday night, polenta with red sauce and sausage.
You can't beat that. You can't beat that. And don't forget those baked goods they have.
Yeah, Casa de Dolce.
Yes, that is excellent. But this weekend, there's so many things going on, Gary, because on Sunday, we're going to be heading up to Bethy's Bakery in Volant, home of that plate-sized cinnamon roll, and there's a car cruise. The question is it a bakery? Is it an eatery? It's both. You can go have a great time up there, and that'll probably get everybody ready for the Clean and Green meeting with New Visions on Monday at 6 o'clock at the Confluence, so we can't forget about that. Also, after or before you pick up produce, if you want to stop by the Historical Society for that exhibit they have, When Forges Roared. It's a really powerful exhibit. Sue put a lot of time into that, and it's great. I've seen some of her work.
Yeah, he's talking about Susan Linville, who does a great job there, as he said, and she has a great staff as well. And we're always giving you information and tips on things to do with family and friends. We're always talking about the Newcastle Public Library, so don't forget every Tuesday they have that special movie presentation. Give them a call, 724-658-6659 if you want to know the title of the movie. And then there's Live at the Confluence coming up Thursday, and that'll be acoustic open mic night. That's every Thursday. Well, Ange,
I was just thinking of something.
Oh, well, I was going to wrap it up, but he has something else on his mind. This ought to be good.
It's amazing. Every time I go, and I go to the St. Vitus Festival, and I go to that Dolce Vita, they have coffee right there. They must have this intuitive thing that I'm going to get a cup of coffee with my sweets.
Ange, they have espresso, too.
I know. That means they do it really fast.
Strong. But yeah, everything at the St. Vitus Festival is a number one. We recommend it, so it's your last night for the festival. Well, that's going to wrap it up for another edition of Newswatch, weekend edition, that is. And make sure you keep it here for many of our programs coming up through the week. I'm Gary West for NCTV45.
And I'm Angelo Perrotta.
And we'll talk to you next time.
Have a great weekend, everybody.